Hey Stampers, Diane Dimich here with ddStamps.com, and tonight it is actually Thursday. Yay! Welcome. It is Thursday, August 15th, and I'm excited about tonight. I got a lot to show. So if you're out there on YouTube or Facebook, let me know. I'm kind of concerned about Facebook because I'm not sure if it's working or not. I tried. I gave it my best shot. It's on my website. If you're on my website watching, I cannot answer any questions or make any comments. I can't see all that until it is over, and then I can go check it. Hey Terry, how are you? So if you are on my website and you do want to comment, then I would say jump on to YouTube, and all you gotta do is click on I think down in the corner on my website it says, except it's on this corner. It does say watch on YouTube or something. Then you can comment. Hey, Ria. Oh, great. You're on Facebook. Yay. Now I know it's working. Great. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start because I got a lot to show tonight. I don't know if there's interest out there in seeing from Melstone. Yay. Some of the products coming out in the holiday mini, but I do have a few things, and I did make some. I do have some projects to share because I played with them this weekend. I did finally get them. So that's awesome. All right. Hey, Karen, glad you made it. All right. So I'm going to flip my camera to my desktop here where I work. And again, I'll tell you, I make a plan, what I want to share, what I want to do. And then as the week progresses, things change. So I'm just showing the projects from last week, those if you missed last week. So these are some of the projects that I did last week. I love this card layout with the designer. Let's see if I can talk this week with the designer series paper sale that's going on. These cards are great because you get so much texture and stuff in your card, and it's all paper. And then this one here, and so all of these PDFs are on my website. I did put them up last week after my live, and I'm going to attempt to do the same thing this week. But I'm going to tell you right now, I didn't really decide what to do till this afternoon, and I haven't taken pictures or done anything with them. So I will. We'll figure it out. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started and let you know about this month's tutorial. Uses the Nests of Winter 12 by 12 cardstock designer series paper. This is just a little sample of each of the different papers that are in there. I'm actually selling these on my website if you're interested. It's a great thing for demonstrators. It's also a great thing to keep you organized if you're a customer. But it just gives you what the designer series paper is, the different colors that coordinate with it, and then samples. And so what you'll get is you'll get all the printouts on basic white, and then 4 by 2 sheets of each designer series paper that then you will cut in half and you will glue on to here. So if you're interested, get signed up soon because I'm filling up, and I just wanted to show it quick. But I love this to show all the different papers. It doesn't show you, how the whole thing, but it gives you an idea. And I love that it has a color. So I'm going to tuck these into my designer series paper packs so that I know what colors go with them. Hey Cindy, hey Marie, hey Lynn, great. Whole bunch of people. So this month's tutorial uses the Winterly Treetops, and this is a stamp set bundle, so it has dies that go with it, that is in the new not holiday, they don't call it holiday mini catalog anymore, they call it the September to December mini catalog. And those of you who are customers of mine, you should be getting them in the next week or so. I'm hoping by next week you'll have them. And if you don't have one, let me know. If you don't have a demonstrator, let me know and I'll get one sent out to you. But this is a great little suite. So it has the designer series paper, it has the bundle, it has this great embossing folder. It's one of those big, huge ones. And then it has the Natural Tones linen thread, which comes in navy, copper, and garden green. I love this. fact, I was just working on a project and I think I might use this. I might have to toss this on my desk because that's going to look fabulous with the project I'm working on right now. And then the Earth Tones Shimmer Gems. So that is this month's tutorial. Let me show you the projects. Let me put this down here. I'm glad I pulled out that linen thread. All right, so these are the cards you get. So what you get is if you order from me this month, you get a tutorial with all the measurements for these cards. And then if you place an order that's over $50, I will send you a packet of goodies to make the projects. You just have to supply the stamps and the dies. So this is a really cool die. It's a frame die that cuts out the pines around there. I actually did two. I did one in garden green and one in basic white, and then flipped them so that it gave some more texture to it. All right. So now my question is, do you want to see more product from the Holiday Mini, or do you want me to start stamping? I'm going to show you this because it's really cool, and even though I know right now it has sold out, it's coming back. I didn't get this put together yet, and it was kind of one of my goals this weekend, but I was too busy playing with other stuff. So this is the Haunted Home Kit. This is a kit that actually puts together this haunted house. It comes with everything in here. It'd be a great project to do with kids, but I'm going to do it. It's going to be an awesome project. I have seen, just a little tip, if you decide to do it, these punch outs in the windows come out and they kind of look like stepping stones, and so some people are making a sidewalk in the front of their door. And this actually has vellum so that when you put a tea light inside there, the windows will light up. Anyway, I just heard that, I did want to show this. I just heard that it sold out probably yesterday, but they're bringing back more. So hopefully I'll put it up on my website when that time comes. And when I finally put it together, I'll show you. So this is the mini catalog that you should be getting. And I can't show you anything else than what's on the front because it's against policies to show the insides until it goes live September 4th. All right, I'm going to show you some stuff because this is pretty darn cute. So I put together some things this weekend. This is the Reindeer Days 12 by 12 paper, and it is so stinking cute. And then this is the stamp set, which is adorable. These little peppermint candies are the embellishments. And then it has real red and white baker's twine, which is cute. And then it has these, it also has this plaid. It's another one of those big, huge embossing folders, but it's plaid. I don't have a sample here that I did with it, but it's really cool. So here's just a quick card I made. And I colored these in with blends. But the die set has this frame piece in there that does the evergreen, or the branches coming down with the circle. So that's kind of fun. And then the suite has these little boxes, these little book boxes, and I decorated this one. I used almost everything. Hey, Jana. I used, and Lynn and Lillian. Oh, there's a whole bunch of people I didn't even notice had jumped on. I used the Designer Series paper mostly. The only stamping I did was the Merry Christmas, which I stamped and then just cut out with a pair of scissors. I added some of the baker's twine and I added some of the little peppermint embellishments. So this little box is kind of cool because it comes with the adhesive. So you just put it together. And then this part here, you'll see it has adhesive on it. I actually put a magnet on there because I wanted the person, whoever gets this, to be able to reuse it. And if I had used their adhesive tape, which is fine, to latch that, once they rip it open, then it's ripped. So I just used the magnet. These are two of the projects that will be part of my tutorial in September, where you will get a box and you will get the magnet. Cute set. There was a lot of cute stuff. Like there's not enough cute stuff, but there was a lot this time around. I liked a lot of it. I'm going to show you this one. This is Sentimental Christmas, and as you can see, it's very old-fashioned. And one of the things that I felt about this Designer Series paper is It is screaming for Wink of Stella. Because it'll look like those old-fashioned cards. I don't know if, I'm sure you've seen them. Now they're in antique stores. But they have that glitter look. Hey, Linda. Hey, Carol. So anyway, that's the designer series paper. This is the stamp set, and I'll show you when you see it. I haven't seen one of the stamp sets that come in the little tiny envelopes, but they're adorable. So this has a set of dies, and it cuts out the images in here, and then it has a branch too. I don't know if I used it on one of the cards I made or not. But I'm just going to tuck that inside there so that I don't lose it. And then this comes with these very glittery Drew Seed adhesive backed embellishments in silver and gold, and this lovely shaded spruce ribbon, which I absolutely love. And then I just made a couple cards, and you will see, hopefully you can see, I don't know if you can. So on this, oh yeah, I think you can. On this one I did Wink of Stella on the candy canes and the berries. Added a couple of those gems, tied a little ribbon. Really super simple. And then this one, I don't know if you can see that, but I've got Wink of Stella on the trees, on these trees, the front trees. And then I also did the stripes in the green paper. And then I tied this bow, which I'm really proud of myself for. And tonight I'm going to show you how I did it. It's only taken me 27 years to learn to tie a bow with my fingers. And I learned and I watched another demonstrator this weekend. And anyway, so that's how I figured out how to do it. But I will show you guys tonight. So tonight I am doing, I don't know if you've ever heard of a one-page wonder. I know many of you have. This is actually a 6x6 piece. One sheet wonder. So one of the things I love about one sheet wonders is anytime I'm feeling like I don't have a creative bone, I can't think about what to do, you can go on Google and Google one sheet wonder, and you will come up with a bazillion patterns that people across the world have made up for 6x6 and 12x12 papers. And so we're going to do this one tonight, and I'll post this up on my website so you'll have the measurements. And I'll just leave it there for now if you want to actually write them down. It's really super simple. I'm going to use this paper. So I've taken 3 sheets of this designer series paper, and I should have had, sorry, I should have had it out. Oh, I can look. Never mind. So it's the designer series paper that's on sale. So it's this wildly flowering one. And it, you know, it's a whole suite. But I just had some of the paper and I thought, oh, this will be fun. We'll try the paper. All right. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 12x12 and I'm going to actually cut it down. And I'm cutting all 3 at the same time because I can. I'm going to cut it down. We're just going to use 3 sheets of 6x6. And I do have other samples of cards that I did with 6x6 paper and also another kind of 12x12 paper, because once I started playing with this, I couldn't stop. All right, and so what you're going to do is you're going to, I'm just kind of looking at my paper, making sure they're kind of all going the same way. All right, so I'm going to come back into my cutter, and the first cut I'm going to make is 3 3/4. So I'm just lining it up here, and I'm cutting that off. There's my first cut. Now my second cut is this one here, which is 3 1/4. And so I turn it on its side and go 3 1/4. And cut that in half. And now we're cutting this one up here. So this is 1 1/2. You want to make sure that your paper is lined up together, because you want your cuts to all be from each paper cut the same. I'll set that one aside. And then this one is a 3/4 inch, which we'll do something with that. And then this one, we're going to cut at 1 1/8. And so we're just cutting it in half. Like that. And I'll just put those up there for now. I'm going to use the cutter because I'm going to use some cardstock. And so I'm just going to show you. I just pulled some cardstock because I haven't made these cards beforehand. So I'm punting in the hopes that they look great, but I'm sure they will. So I'm using Misty Moonlight, Crumb Cake, Espresso, and some basic white. And to keep it simple, I'm only going to use one stamp set, Early Espresso, and I'm going to use one ribbon. And I'm going to show you this ribbon tonight on several different projects. This is one of those ribbons that you would never feel bad buying because it coordinates with so many things. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. Gosh. Oh. Excuse me. This is one of those ribbons, like I said, that you don't ever feel bad buying because it coordinates with all of the papers. I mean, it's white. And it's got that beautiful silver edge. And if you wanted to, you could actually take a marker and color that netting part and make it a different color ribbon. So I never feel bad when I buy a ribbon that has white because I can change it. I can make it any color I want, but it also coordinates with everything. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with a Misty, thank you, Terry, and a Crumb Cake and an Espresso. And I'm going to cut these in half. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut them at 5 1/2. And I'm just going to tell you that you can't cut through 3. You're better off to cut through 2 at a time. But I just want to have these bases ready to go. So when I decide what I'm going to do with my cards. All right, so the very first one, we're going to start with these big ones. And we're going to make 3 different cards. I'm going to use, I think that one needs to be with Espresso. This one, definitely blue. And this one, Crumb Cake. There. All right, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my piece, my base, and fold it in half. And then this piece that I have, this piece is actually 3 3/4 by 6. I'm going to rip. So this is what one demonstrator calls, I think her name is Jackie Williams, the rip and flip technique. And so you rip it, and then you flip it. Now, one of the things I want you to look at is look at all your cardstock. I think they're pretty good. As long as it looks good that they'll be flipped. These look great together, but some of your backgrounds don't look so great with the piece that's on the front. And you just want to make sure, because you could mix and match them. You don't have to have them be, exactly what, exactly the color or exactly the flip. The flip, you can flip amongst each of the different kinds of cardstock. I'm going to take this piece of Espresso and I'm going to cut it 4 by 5 1/4. And this is going to give me a little base to work with on this one because I just wanted it to add a little bit more. But you can kind of see how this card's going to start to go together. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your adhesive. I like the back, the linen on the back. It's cool. And what I'm doing is just adhering it on there so that, oh, it's so crooked. All right, I'm pulling it off because it's too crooked. And the nice thing about this adhesive, the seal, is you do have a little bit of time. It's kind of hard to lean over without getting my head in the camera. And so then I'm going to attach this one on there. And I think I could have gone the opposite way, but I like it this way. And I like the white tear line to show. So we do that. And then I'm going to add a ribbon because I can. And so I'm going to show you, I'm going to tie this in a bow. I'm going to show you a couple various ways to do ribbons tonight. So this ribbon is going to be a bow. So I'm going to take 4 lengths of my card, and that will give me enough to wrap this around that card base and tie it in a bow and not have too much extra or not enough to tie the bow. This is a great ribbon for tying bows. And then I can do a little adjustment. Decide where I want it. I might want it down there. And then trim up my edge. So there's the card base, and then this is actually going to get put onto that crumb cake. And you can see how quick you have a really, really, really pretty card. Decide where you want your ribbon, how you want it. I think I want it there. I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to add adhesive, and then I'm going to attach it to my card base. So there's card number 1. So you do the same thing with these. And this one, I don't want you guys to have to be sitting here listening to me all night. So I'm kind of thinking you get the idea. If I wanted to, I could put something behind this, and actually a piece of frame it out in a white would be really cool. So you can mix and match and do a lot of different things. Same thing with this one. I'm going to do it this way though this time. So this card, I'm going to put on my card base. If I wanted to, I can cut this down and then pull this one in so that I have enough. Or I can actually fill the whole card with, I guess I can't because I cut it, but I could go that way and just leave some of the espresso on the bottom. I kind of like that. I'm going to do that. Something different. So we'll go here. And then we'll put this one on there. The only thing you really have to worry about is making sure that your tear line, you don't tear too much so that you can't line them up to work with whatever card base you have. And then I'm just going to trim this off. There. And then on this one, I'm going to take the ribbon and I'll show you a different way. So I'm going to do a knot this time. So I'm actually going to do 3 lengths of the card and cut it off. And then tie it around. And when I tie my knot, so I'm going to come around and do the loop, right? And then kind of make it into a cross, put my finger here, and I bring this one down and this one through the loop. Now I'm on camera, so of course I'm going to fumble a little bit. All right, so I'm going to go through the loop and pull it through the other side. And the most important part here is to hold down the tail and pull one. You can't hold down the just the tail, not the whole. There we go. All right, so what you got here is, if I didn't hold down that tail, this knot would twist and it would make it bulkier. So now it lays flatter. I'm going to move that up or down. Oh, where do I want it? I think I'll go up. And I'm going to move my knot to the side. Yeah. And I'll trim that off. Okay, so a bow is 4 lengths. A knot is 3 lengths. And really, you don't waste much ribbon. Little tiny piece. All right, I'm going to put that one aside for now. Now we're going to come in And this time we're going to use these pieces here. Oh, it's like there's one missing. Here it is. So I have those pieces here. Such decisions. I think I'll use, I'm going to always want to use Misty because I'm just a sucker for blue. But I'll use the crumb cake base. Okay, so these are the 1.5 by 3.25 inch pieces. These are. I'm going to take this piece of espresso. And I'm going to cut this to, so they 3.25. I just want them to have a little bit, so I'm just going to go up 1/8 of an inch. So I'm actually here at, no, we can't see in the light. There we go. So these are 3.25, and I'm going to there. So 3 1/8, and cut that off. And then I'm going to turn these, and I'm going to go at 1.5 and go up 2. One and a half and go up 2. There we go. So I have these 3 pieces that then I'm going to take my designer series paper. Oh, and I could use the backs. No, I'm going to use the floral stuff because I think the florals are so pretty. And I'm just going to frame these out with that espresso. And you see it just has a little bit of a frame around it, but just enough to make it pop off the card a little bit. Yeah, those look good. I think I'll do a flat. I'm not gonna. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this side first, and then I'm gonna do this side next, so that I can kind of get, I'm just eyeballing it, and I'm not eyeballing it very well because the camera's in the way, and then this one in the middle. Sometimes it's best to go sideways. There we go. It gives you a really cool card base. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that one yet. All right, so the next one is these 3. Very similar card. And I think I'll do it on blue. A blue background. We'll set that on the side. I'm going to take, I think white's going to be too much. So I'll take another piece of crumb cake. I'm going to cut this piece of crumb cake down to 4 by 5.25. I think I like that. All right, so here's this. So now what I'm going to do with this one is we're going to attach these pieces onto here. And I'm just kind of framing them so that they kind of matches. And then this piece is going to go up at the top of that. So you have the same frame. And then we'll do this other side. And we'll do this one. And you can see that you'll have where they cross over in the middle. That's all right, because we're going to cover that up. Do I want that? I think I do. All right, I'm going to put this blue linen looking textured cardstock in the middle, just for something different. Those florals are so pretty that I seem to want them to show all the time, but they don't really have to because both sides of the paper work. All right, so there is your next base. And then to cover up that seam, we're going to use ribbon. So I showed you a knot and I showed you a bow. I'm going to show you this one. I'm just going to take this piece of I put adhesive on the back to hold on to that ribbon to cover it up. And then I'm going to show you the cool bow I can make with my fingers. And sometimes when I do this and I have these strips of ribbon, I might roll over the top of them with adhesive, and that just kind of sandwiches them in and puts them in between your card base. All right, so there's the card, and now I'm going to make a double bow. So I'm going to use this fancy ribbon, and I found that this technique works the best. Oh, I'm glad you made it. I found that ribbon that's soft or easily pliable works the best because not as easy as you think it is to work through your hands. So you're going to come up, leave a little tail down here. You're going to come up through your fingers like that. And then this one, you're going to cut off. And then you're going to go through the hole. Oops. I got to start over. Sorry. You don't want it to fall off your fingers. Okay, so you have your tail. You go through your fingers and then through that hole in the fingers there and then up here. And then you're going to go, this tail is going to come around this side. Oh, good gosh. Okay, through the hole. You're going to come up like this, and then you're going to come through this hoop. I was hoping that this ribbon would work because you can see those silver, that silver. And then you're going to grab that tail, right? And then you're going to finagle your tie it tight, kind of making your bows the same. You can move this knot back and forth to make your loops similar in size. Okay, and then take your fingers out. And then you just need to do a little bit more. Oh, I didn't go through the loops enough. Good gosh. Hopefully you guys will get this by the time I figure it out myself. All right. Let me show you what I did. I made a mistake. So I did 2 loops on one side and 1 loop on the other, and I need 2 loops on both sides so that this will lay flat. And it will have 2 loops. All right, tail, through your fingers. There's where I screwed up. Okay, so I didn't come up. Then cut this off. This tail goes through that hole, right? And then it goes through the, oh goodness. For some reason, I don't think this is right. Oh yeah, it is. All right, pull it tight so that your hoops are similar. And then get your fingers out of there. So you don't want to do it too tight or you'll have your fingers stuck in your ribbon. But look at how beautiful that bow turns out. And then trim off your tail. Isn't that beautiful? It's really simple. Practice, because when you practice, you'll be surprised at how fast it goes. And then I'm going to take some of these mini glue dots and just attach this bow on here. And it's not real bulky. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at it. So pretty. So there's that. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put a bow on that one. Sometimes I don't. All right, next card. We're going to use these. Let's see what we got here. Such decisions. I'm going to go all floral. No, I'm not. I'm going to do that. Let's see, I don't like the... There's some dog and some families driving by on their bikes with a dog. All right, I think I'm going to go this way. Just have to make a decision. Just do it. All right, so we'll take another piece of Misty Moonlight, cut it down to 5.5. Oh, wait, I have a piece here of crumb cake. I'm going to use the crumb cake. That way I'm not wasting cardstock too much. All right, so I'm just going to fold that in half. And then I'm going to take these and I'm going to pile them up on top of each other. I can use them like this, but I'll show you another way that you can use them where you get... So I cut them. And then put them so that they're there. And we'll start with this one. We are going to put this here. Put a little bit bigger of a... And this is going to go here. And then that one. This one. So what I'm trying to do now is kind of line them up here so that and really I'm just eyeballing it, because if I was really particular, which I'm not, I would take out a ruler. But I just want to make sure that they're somewhat straight at the top. For in case I send this to a friend that's very particular. And then, so they kind of have the same spacing. And then this one here. And then this one here. All right. Not perfect, but it'll do. Then I'm going to take that ribbon again. 4 lengths of ribbon. I'm going to have to buy more of this ribbon because I used it. Wait till I show you all my samples, because I used it on every sample I did today. And my samples are, I did other designer series papers. And they're all very different. And so I wanted to show you how neutral this ribbon is. Tie it in a bow, fix it up so it looks pretty. Like I said, this is a nice ribbon because it really lays flat, and it's going to even lay more flat when I put a sentiment on there. All right, and so I'm just going to trim this up. I was pretty impressed when I pulled out these scissors today because they're really sharp. So they must not have ended up in my garden. All right, now I'm going to take a piece of basic white. Just going to take a piece of basic white cardstock. And my favorite, one of my favorite label sets with these stylish shapes. I use it all the time. And so I'm just going to put these out. I want these banners. I'm trying to look to see what I got going on. I pulled out a stamp set. I don't know if it's going to work very well, but we'll just do a whole bunch and find out. We'll do some circles, some squares. So I always have, like, whenever I do labels like this, I just cut a bunch. load them up onto a sheet of cardstock and cut them all at the same time. And hopefully, yeah, I'm using a set that is, put that aside. So I'm going to run this through my Big Shot. I'll be right back. I'm not going far. They keep moving on me, sorry. All right, so there's that. So I'm going to run them through. Maybe you'll hear the crunching. Maybe you won't. No, it's not too bad. All right. So then, remember a couple weeks ago when I couldn't find that piece of green plaid paper? Yeah, well, I cleaned up and vacuumed my room today, and guess what I found? The green plaid paper. The other thing I found it was a while back. I was looking for the new ribbon in the online exclusives. Couldn't find it. Couldn't find it anywhere. Sure enough, I cleaned up my stamp room, and guess what I found? All right, so I have all those shapes, which I can just use. Poor lady just walked by. She didn't realize I have so many dogs. No, I only have one dog, but she's fenced and they can't get out. So I'm going to lay these out. And just for something new, I pulled out a different stamp set. So I pulled out Enduring Beauty because I thought that this font with these sayings would look great on those cards. And so that's why I picked it, because I like all of those fonts. And so what I'm going to do is put them on a block, and I'm just going to use, one of her dogs has gotten away. I should say to her, do you know that I'm on YouTube? I'm going to stamp that. So that one goes on there. And I'm just kind of picking what... That's one way to exercise your dog. What sentiment goes on what? I kind of like this one on this one too. What do we got here? Oh, this is a good one. I'm going to have lots of options. I can see that. I don't know if this one, I'm going to pull this one off, but I don't know if it's going to fit on that banner. I don't think it is. Nope. All right. Okay, we're just going to deal with what we got. So this one here, as you can see, needs to have something covering up that split paper. So I'm going to take this one and let me get some Petra. Oh, sorry. Fixing dimensionals. I wasn't thinking when I yelled into the phone, into the camera. Sorry. I didn't think the lights would be hot tonight because it's not that hot out here, but oh my goodness, these lights are awful. All right. So I'm just going to line that ribbon up where I want it and place that down there, and that card is done. Simple, but it's very pretty. All right, so we'll pull these cards out. And what I did is I just pulled them all out and kind of looked. I didn't do that one yet, but like this one would look good on there. Oh, I think this one would look better on there. I'm gonna do that one on there. Anyway, when I'm done, I have a whole set, and if I wanted to, I could make matching coordinating envelopes with the designer series paper. Because it is 12 by 12 paper, so you have extra. I can just cut it down to 6 by 6 to get started. That is done. On this one, I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to add some dimensionals. Well, I better do it in the camera. And then I'm going to take that off. Take some of this ribbon. Do some loops. Yeah, that's what I want. Just another way to use your ribbon. And then, so I'm sticking it so that the ribbon sticks to those dimensionals. And then I'm going to take some more dimensionals and put them on there so that it holds down the rest of the ribbon. That makes sense? So it'll hold down the ribbon and it'll attach to the card. And then we'll flip this over. There's that one. This one. We'll do here. So that one's done, and then this one is going to go on this one. So you made a set of cards. I still have a couple left to over here to go. I haven't done, but let me show you the other ones I made because oh my gosh, it was really a lot of fun. Put that there. So there's the set. Just using a couple different cardstocks and the designer series paper. All right. Like I said, I'll post that up on my website. I'm going to show you this one because this is the first one I did, and you'll see I spent some more time on this one. So this is, oh, I should actually show it with like this one. So this one and this one, same pattern, only this one I didn't cut these. I just laid them out and then added the banner with a different stamp set. I used, I can't remember what it's called. My stamp room is a mess. So anyway, it's and then I also did the textured background. So I used the embossing folder that I had sitting out. So those are very similar. This one is very similar to this one. Just using different paper, different colors. This one is very similar to this one. Tied my ribbon a little bit differently, added a little white on the back for a base. This one is the same as this one. Only you can see I tore my paper higher. This one, I love this one. Coordinates with this one. And you'll see on this one, I actually put a layer of Night of Navy behind these strips. Which if I'd done that here with a different color, it makes it stand out. But I like it. I like them both. And then here's another one that's very similar to this. This one I flipped on its side. This one I didn't. All right. So then I thought I'm going to take a hard paper to deal with. And I love this paper, but this was not easy. So I took 3 pieces and I cut them up. And then just got started. This one I love. I love how that is. It's just paper and a die and a stamp. But they turned out okay. I only use Berry Burst ink. Oh, that's what I want to show you on my Berry Burst ink. Let me grab it. All right, we're gonna have a little tip because I've had Berry Burst since the refresh of the colors, which I don't know if that was last year or not. But today when I pulled it out, it was still in cellophane. So I thought, oh, this is an opportunity. So when you get your Stampin' Up! Inks and they're in cellophane, you take the cellophane off and then you flip them over. And on the back, these are actually stickers. And so what you can do is pull off. So this is the sticker that says Berry Burst. The hardest part there is pulling it off. And then you're going to put this sticker on the end of this ink pad. So when you're storing them, you know it's Berry Burst. Then you also can put another sticker on this side so that when you store them the other way, you can see the Berry Burst on this side. And then don't do it upside down though. Well, you can if you want, but. So you're just going to do that. And then there's another sticker, and they also have it here in German and French. So if you can speak German and French, by all means, you can name your ink pads whatever you want. There's always one that's blank, and that one is actually made to go right inside here, so that when it's sitting on your desk, I'm just going to use that, help push it down. So when it's sitting on your desk, I know that that's Berry Burst. Even though it says it there, I can see it there. Because sometimes ink pads all look the same color because they all get dark. So that's how you put together your ink pads. I hope that helps somebody. All right, so let me show you these cards. This one I did cut. So I cut these pieces. So there's a gap there. I also embossed. They turned out pretty. I thought it was going to be harder than it was. This was the one I haven't done any ribbon yet, and I think I probably will just to give it some jazz. Also, the other thing I'm going to probably do is rhinestones, because the rhinestones will look good with that silver ribbon, and everybody has rhinestones. I might add rhinestones to most of those cards, just to give them a little bit more pizzazz. Okay, I'm going to come back on. Hey, Sue, I'm glad you made it. I'm going to come back on camera. This is a pile of cards I made, and I made them all today. No, I guess I started these. I started these last night. Let me show you. I started these last night. Finished them today. Challenged myself with these this afternoon and then made those tonight. So yeah, now I have 18 cards, which is great because I can send them off as thank yous. All right. Woo! What did I miss? I missed a couple of things. Designer series paper. Oh, let me go back to my camera. I'm going to watch for questions. Designer series paper sale. These are the ones that are on sale. These are all the ones that are in the catalog. I have to show you this one because it doesn't show up very well in the catalog. And this is what I have left of it. This is this one, Winter Meadow. This was actually in, I believe, last year's catalog or last year's mini catalog. This is one of these. Let's look at the backs. So you could make, these would make really great 12 by 12 one sheet wonders or 6 by 6 one sheet wonders. I love this paper. It's on sale. The embossing folder that I used was this one. It's in the big catalog. If I had a catalog in front of me, I'd tell you what it's called. It is called, what's it called? All right, who knows what this name of this one is? Put it in the comments. First person that does, I'm going to send you a card for a thank you of one of them I made today. I can't remember. It's coming though, Marie. It's coming. Somebody's going to post it in there. All right. So we have the designer series paper. I don't want people to forget to redeem your coupons that you earned last month. So last month, anybody that placed an order over $50 got a coupon to use in August. It's August. So use your coupon that you earned last month, this month. Don't let it go to waste. Eyelet. Thank you, Deb. Deb, send me an email, diane@ddstamps.com with your address, and I'll pick a card and send it to you. So it's the Eyelet embossing folder. That's the one I used. And I use that. I only use that one because I always use this one. It's like sits next to my Big Shot all the time, and I wanted to try something different. And I haven't used that one for a while. All right, summer stamping fun. We got a bucket full of names in here. We're gonna draw till the end of August, and then after the end of August, I don't know what we'll do. We'll do something. Peggy Hoobley won. All right, yay, Peggy. Customer of mine out of Billings. So, all right. Anybody have any questions? Oh, I think I missed something there. The winter DSP was out of stock when I ordered. Oh, dang. I didn't even check that. Sorry. I shouldn't show you stuff that's out of stock. If it's out of stock, it doesn't mean it's never coming back. Okay, it's coming back. Sometimes they just pull it when they run out of stock and then it comes back. Diana, nice cards. I'm working on my Christmas cards. Almost finished, unless I've miscounted. I'm itching to start something new. Cool. That's awesome. I've been working on the new products that came in. I don't know. I wanted to show you. I thought this was kind of funny. I ordered a couple of other stamp sets, but they're all very different. I obviously don't really have a style. A lot of people have a certain style of stamping. These are 3 that I got because I loved all 3 of them, and I find them very interesting. I'm looking forward to Christmas Friends because these cute little animals are adorable. I love the Caring Leaves because of the sayings, but this one, Love and Strength, oh my goodness. This is a great stamp set, especially if you have people, and we all do, who are going through life's horrible things that happen. So that's going to be fun. I probably won't get to those till probably, I don't know, October, November, maybe even. You never know. So anybody have any questions? Did I forget anything tonight? I don't think I did. All right, I want to thank everybody for coming. I'm going to pop the comments into a generator, and it'll pull up a comment, and that person will win a packet of fun supplies. It's a card tutorial, and I'll put it in the comments because that's the only place that I can actually put it. So if you will go ahead and make a comment, the more comments, the more chances you have to win. Anyway, other than that, I think I'm gonna say goodnight and hope you all have a great one. I'm glad it was fun. So no more questions. We're out. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great night, and thank you very much for showing up and supporting me. I appreciate it. Have a good night.